And I am back with another 14 days of Christmas layout for you guys today, and I have a double pager for you all. So I pulled out my washi tape from 49 and Market. I just love this red tape, you guys. No, I apologize. I don't think this is from 49 and Market. I think this is one of the Simple Stories ones. I'm so sorry. I also have the gingerbread collection from Some Assemblage Required. I'm not using the cookie sheet. I'm just using the cookies. And then I also have the gingerbread house. That is a separate cut. And I wanted to show you guys what I use to paint or color in my images. So I use Thule Art pens. They are paint pens. So there's acrylic paint inside each one of these pens. I am obsessed with them. I have two bags of nothing but these pens. But here is a close-up of how I colored it. Now, I'm not the best colorer in the world, especially on something so small, but that's the best part about these pens is the nibs are so tiny that I can get into all those little bits and pieces. So anyways, I also pulled from the sticker sheets and the die cut pieces and all that stuff. So that is what is on my wax paper. I have the epoxy dots from 49 and Market, the Peace and Joy collection. And then the thickers from the Christmas Lodge collection. So that is those thickers. I have 7 photos that I'm going to span across 2-page layout. And this layout does come together rather quickly because of the fact that I'm using full 12 by 12 photos, or I'm sorry, 6 by 4 photos, and then a lot of, large pieces of paper. So I have 2 pieces from Close to My Heart back in the day. This is their cranberry paper that's no longer available, and you can tell because it's not double-sided. This is also an espresso paper. I believe it is also retired as well, but you can tell that it's a newer paper because it is double-sided. I know, it's just useless information I feel like you guys need to know. I have this beautiful holly leaf and pine cone cardstock or pattern paper from 49 and Market, and then from Rustic Christmas, I have the green plaid. I had 2 of those pieces. So I'm going to go ahead and trim down my photos and cut out their photo mats using this red paper, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I also, off camera, because I forgot, I took this beautiful punched it out, added some of the washi tape, and then trimmed it all off. Then I took 2 inches and I just plan on ripping the borders. That way the fancy border and the washi tape will go on top of my, my wide strip, and the ripped piece will go on the bottom. And then it'll just look like I put the brown cardstock behind the entire thing. So, and I do have to tell you guys that when I start putting the layout together, you'll see why I struggle with my green cutter pillar. Is because I cut it at 6 inches and I still don't get 6 inches on the other side. So the other side's somewhat smaller or thinner. I don't know the word, but you'll see that. And in all honesty, I'm just over it. It doesn't bother me anymore. It is what it is. I just don't understand it. I cut it at 6 inches. The other piece should be 6 inches. So I'm just not grasping the concept of why I can't get 6 inches out of the trimmer on both sides. So anyways, going to go ahead and put the bottom half of the brown cardstock at the bottom of this beautiful 49 and Market paper. I could not wait to use this paper. Now I know by flipping the other piece on the right side, it is definitely going to be, the words are going to be upside down, but by the time that I get my photos and stuff spanned across, you don't even tell. I don't notice it. Also, too, when I cut my border for the washi strip up at the top, I did make sure that I ended in a spot that I could finish. So I lined up my cutter to where it matches in the middle, if that makes any sense. And I don't punch on camera because it is just so, long. I just don't do it. Anyways, but I do have them lined up in the center, and then I made sure that the washi tape lined up as well. I know it's just the tiny little things that matter to me. All right, going to go ahead and put my photos down and span across, and I cut them down to 4x4 so that way I had this beautiful paper is going to be part of my background for my embellishments and whatnot. And so I really wanted that, and I was glad I was able to cut my papers down to 4x4. So this is a little tradition that we do in our house is we do something with decorating, whether it's gingerbread houses, gingerbread cookies, just plain old sugar cookies, something. We're always decorating some sort of sweets for the kids' time off on, on the Christmas holiday. And so I love documenting it. I love having, the embellishments for it. Last year's embellishments were a little on the thick side, but they were still fun too. So anyways, I just wanted to scatter my little cookies all over the place. Like I said, the cookie set does come with a baking tray, but we didn't bake cookies. These were pre-made it was actually a whole kit, and they happened to have 5 little houses. And so we were all able to make just one little house, which I thought was pretty cool. Yeah. So it's just super fun to watch what the kids do and whatnot. And then, of course, they try to eat it and get, the roof done, and that's about it, in all honesty. So the first thing I'm going to do is lay down all of my acrylic pieces. Now, I did put them down with some glue dots. I think that is the best way to put acrylic pieces. I don't know why. Every now and then I go back to trying liquid glue, but it just seems like the liquid glue pops them off at every little bend. So like if I was to flip the page and my page was a little bulky on the other side, then the acrylic would just pop right off. And so I don't like that. So I have just reminded myself that I do need glue dots to do that. Also too, just a little toot my own horn. The new acrylic that is coming through the shop is only 16th inch wide. So you're not going to get that big bulky acrylic unless it's a very intricate piece, or I still have a bunch in stock. So I do have a lot of 1/8 inch acrylic still in stock, but as I go through them, they will be changed out for just 16th inch. So just to let you guys know that, I do love the feel of the 16th inch. It feels like Shrinky Dink, you guys. It is just the coolest stuff ever. And I am super excited, super excited to share it with you guys. All right, so I'm just going through my little wax sheet over on the right and picking and choosing what little pieces and sayings and stuff. I've got sayings that say trimming, saying that says loved this, saying that says sweet treats, traditions, just all sorts of stuff. I cut off that twiggy heart from the little saying that says filled with joy. I trimmed that out because the only color that was on it other than brown was red, and it was all splotchy and I didn't really like it, you guys. So I really liked the filled with joy, and of course it has 2 screws holding it in, so I had to add that onto my layout. This little ticket here says Wonderful Christmas, and then I'm going to go ahead and add the word traditions, or tradition. So it says Wonderful Christmas Tradition, which my kids really enjoy it. They really, really do. This year 2022, we're actually baking the cookies to do, and normally we just buy a kit and the baking is already done for us. But this year we actually baked it. The boys used their own cookie cutters to cut out their cookies, which ones they wanted. And so I'm super stoked to decorate the cookies with them and see how they come out. But it was fun. They were very impressed, and they smelled so good. Oh my gosh, I don't know why I don't make more ginger snaps. Oh, I know why, because I would eat them all. My kids would never get any of them. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead. I have been using a lot of hearts lately, you guys. Okay, patting myself on the back. Hearts are not my favorite to use. I just feel like every angle that you put them at, they look wonky. And I am so proud that I have used up almost every heart that is in this collection. I do find a couple more. There is a set of hearts in one of the collections. I think it's from the Christmas Lodge collection, it's Rustic Christmas, and they're like an off red. They are definitely not a Christmas red, and I know those ones won't be used. Like they're going to end up in my giveaway pile because I just don't like the color of them. So anyways, this is my layout. Here is all of the little close-ups that I have. I am just loving how this came out. I like when my photos are of scattered pieces, and chaotic, because then I get to do that with my layouts or with my clusters. I don't feel like I have to have just this one cluster all nice and neat right here, because of the fact that my photos portray the chaoticness as well. So down on the bottom of these 3 photos here, I plan on putting my journaling down in typed out strips of just what kit we used this time and whatnot, and whose house was whose. And so, yeah, that is all that I'm going to do today. Thank you so very much for hanging out with me. I truly appreciate it. I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. Tomorrow is Christmas, so Merry Christmas to you and your family. Please be sure to check out everyone else that is hopping along with 14 Days of Christmas. The list is down below. And I will check you guys all later. Bye.